Yo, no Birdman feature.
Oh my god! Wow! Oh my god!
Alright, so we're live. We're gonna review this album, King of R&B. A lot of people claiming to be the king of R&B nowadays. We gotta have like some Hunger Games like type shit and just have like Frank Ocean, The Weeknd, and just Tory Lanez, Bryson Tiller, just everyone just fight it out. But I have the track listing here, and I listened to the album. I actually really enjoyed it, and I'm gonna give you my take on it. I'm gonna go track for track. So the first track is King featuring Ti. Great intro track. I didn't really care too much for Ti's verse. Like for me, it didn't really like make the song elevate, or it didn't really take away from the song. It was kind of just there. It wasn't a bad verse, but for me, it didn't really do much to me. The singing on there is amazing. Track 2 is Round 2, and it's by far like the best solo R&B Jacquees track on this project, in my opinion. That and then Good Lovin' gives it like a run for its money. But like in terms of like pure vocals, it's really good. When you look at like Jacquees, people always like to critique him because they like to say, oh, like his remixes are better than his original songs, which is a definitely fair argument to make, and probably in favor of that argument. Like his remixes are bigger than his individual songs, and that, oh, he's arrogant when he compares himself to like people in his class or people in like the older R&B generations. But like in terms of just pure singing, I'm talking about like minimal auto-tune, minimal vocal effects. Like he's giving everyone else a run for their money, because like Jacquees could like sing, doesn't need auto-tune, really doesn't need that much vocal effects, just pure singing. It's amazing. Track 3 is E, and I like Oceans, their collab that I did on Oceans. I like that better than this track. I like to see he's living up to the meme. Track 4 is Come Get It featuring FYB, which is the people under Jacquees' label. And bro, I honestly don't know who any of these people are. I really like listen to this, and I'm probably never gonna listen to the track ever again. Keep it a buck. Moving down the album, we have track 5, Good Lovin', which I mentioned before. Second favorite track on this project. Bodied this, just in terms of like solo Jacquees R&B tracks. Bodied it. High energy. Track 6, Out of the Ordinary, I really enjoyed as well. Track 7 actually has a Tory Lanez feature, and we need like a Jacquees and Tory Lanez like collab mixtape, because like all their collabs have been insanely good. Track 8 is Warning, another great solo track. Some other really great moments on this project. Track 15, Superstar, features Summer Walker, and Summer Walker bodies it. I saw an Instagram post where she said she was quitting, and I know she has like anxiety and social pressure like performing live, so I really hope she doesn't quit, because her album was amazing. I actually didn't review that because I like took a break from doing like album review and shit, because they just take so much time to make. But I really hope she doesn't quit, because her project was amazing. Another great moment for me, definitely track 11, Facts or Fiction, which is my like top 3 favorite song on this project. All of the Jacquees like solo tracks where he's just singing are so good on this project. Another like really good moment I would have to say is track 16, What They Gonna Do With Me, and it features Future, but R&B Future, and honestly my goal, like Future when he gets in his R&B bag is amazing. Now, for my overall thoughts on this project, I thought this was a great R&B project. I thought this was a lot better than his first album, in my opinion. I loved his first album, but I just feel like this was definitely better. And I feel like you would go to like any person who likes R&B. They don't have to be necessarily a Jacquees fan. Like anyone who likes R&B from like the older generation, this new generation, be like, hey, can you listen to this project? And I feel like they would probably like most of the tracks. So that's definitely a positive. Now, in terms of like big singles, I feel like they should push. There's not really like the club record on this project. Like I don't listen to any of these songs and be like, oh, that'll definitely play in the club, oh, that'll definitely play on the radio. But I feel like Risking It All featuring Tory Lanez, I feel like that could definitely get pushed. I feel like Round 2, even though it's more of like a traditional R&B song, I feel like that song's amazing and it's something special. I feel like the label should definitely push that as well. And Facts or Fiction, I feel like there's always that one song on a project that's really good, but you know, like it can't be a signal because like that the label will never push it. But I feel like that song's also really good. So definitely, if I was a label, I'll definitely go with Round 2 and Risk It All. I feel like definitely shoot the music video for that. It gets tons of views, tons of plays and stuff. And yeah, overall great project, definitely delivered. Do I think Jacquees is the king of R&B? I feel like he's a great up and coming act of this generation, and I feel like if he stayed like more to the music, I feel like Jacquees suffers from like the first like same thing Tory Lanez did early in his career. Like people like really early on, not really early, but like for a really long time, people like looked at Tory Lanez and was like, oh, that's a remix guy. Like that's a guy who takes songs and makes them better in his remixes. But what songs does he have? Like people would say that, and then Say It came out and just blew up. And I know Jacquees had a couple of big records, like BD was a really good big record, but I feel like he's missing more big records to be like, so people could stop looking at him as like a remix god. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like you don't need a big record to be a good artist, but I feel like just a casual fan are gonna look at this and be like, "Oh, Jacquees, I really like his solo tracks, but his remixes are better." And honestly, his remixes are amazing, but I feel like this project is also amazing. So I would definitely like go to those people and be like, "Hey, look, this person that put out a really good remix did this whole album, and I feel like you should listen to it because it's really good." So yeah, overall thoughts, great album. Definitely listen to it. Like, comment, subscribe if you in the video. Let me know your favorite tracks in the comments below. And let me know your rating. I don't rate albums by numbers because I feel like that's so difficult to do. And like I feel like numbers have like I get like 10 being the best and 0 being the worst. Like I feel like it's such a like barbaric, not barbaric, but like a really old way of doing it. I don't know. I know like everyone else still does it by numbers, but I feel like I don't review albums by numbers. I just feel like it's weird. The only songs I really like didn't really care for was really that song with FYB and that song with Quavo. Like that's the only songs I didn't like. Besides that, I enjoyed all the songs on here. Like, comment, subscribe to the video, and peace out.